What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Marcellus Howard, and I'm in the. It's day 97. What day is it? I don't know. But you see the beard, the quarantine beard coming in, man. It's your boy Marcellus Howard. Hey, appreciate y'all for watching, tuning in. You see by the title, today we are reacting to debating today. Actually, we're gonna be debating with Stephen A, Jay Williams, and Max Kellerman on if LeBron would fare well in the MJ era. I already have my answer, so I'm trying to hear what they got to say. So without further ado, Connor, let's get to it.
When I think about LeBron, right, here's the deal. He's a career 27, 7, and 7 performer.
Thank you.
I think in that era, he would have averaged a little bit less in points, significantly more in assists, but he also would have struggled his career at 73% shooting from the free throw line, shooting 69% from the free throw line this season. I think the free throw line would have been an impediment for him at times. But I think overall, his numbers would have been about the same. LeBron would be a superstar in any era. But the champion that he is, nah. You know, you got to have the ability to lead.
Wait, Steve. Wait. Are you saying LeBron wouldn't be a star in MJ's era, Stephen A? This is utterly disrespectful and blasphemous. Straight from your dictionary.
James is an affable leader. He's the kind of guy that gets along with a lot of dudes. They got a lot of love.
Jay hot right now.
He's not that maniacal dude in your face where, okay, you got cats that are scared of him. I don't believe in that hardcore era. Remember, LeBron would have done what he does as an individual. Nobody would have stopped that. But his ability to galvanize the troops around him, to be a bunch of rough riders, to handle an era like that, I don't believe that would have been the case. The only time Dwayne Wade would have been that dude. I think.
What are you saying? Stephen A, you're losing all credibility right now. I know Jay's about to fire you up. I can't wait to hear Jay speak.
Kyrie, of course, because Kyrie nasty, period. I mean, that's Isaiah Thomas, different era. I mean, Lord, Kyrie is something special. But I don't believe that LeBron would have enjoyed the same level of success.
Whoa, Max, before you go. So you're telling me LeBron at 256'9" wouldn't have the same level of success in MJ's era because of the physicality? Have you not watched LeBron compete in today's game when people try to foul him, grab him by the shoulders? He's powering through everybody. It's still a physical game. I think we're just delusional to the fact that everyone thinks that MJ's the greatest, so we just don't want to have LeBron be on the same pedestal in that era. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it.
Would have been a lot of dudes today who were beasts back then. LeBron would have been a monster in any era he played.
Thank you.
Going backward or forward.
Thank you.
LeBron is a basketball
as an individual, yes.
supernova, and there is nothing that you're going to do to stop that in any era.
And I don't agree with Max ever, but I agree with him. My bad. I don't ever agree with Max. But today, I am.
Whatever you want to do, like, by the way, they jumped. LeBron's taken a lot of abuse because of physical phenom, right? Like, Shaq, in a way, took... Not as much as Shaq, but you jump on him and refs let you get away with a little more because he's so big and fast and all that stuff. LeBron would have been an animal. But I'll tell you this, during the Bulls' double three-peats, LeBron gets no chips. I don't care what team he's on and who he's with. Jordan beats him every single time. 100.
Man, why? Here's what I don't understand. People really are against giving LeBron his flowers. But I never...
Times out of 100 if Jordan's crewed up. Jordan never lost when he was crewed up, ever. When Jordan played a full season, like, you know, he came back for those 18 games, whatever it was, 20 games, when Shaq and Penny beat him. That's ridiculous. When Jordan was in basketball shape with a crew...
Okay, Max, look. Okay, so when LeBron didn't have a crew in 2008, did he or did he not go to the NBA Finals? Wait, it might have been 06 or 08, whatever year. He didn't have a damn crew. He went by himself. He had Daniel Gibson, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Anderson Varejao. The next best player was freaking Delonte West. Wait, was that Delonte West? No, wait. It might have been Gibson. Gibson might have been the best person on that team besides LeBron. And he took them to a NBA Finals. Or of course they got swept by the Spurs, but the Spurs were a different beast. But Jordan couldn't get to the finals by himself?
Never lost. He never went to 7 games in the finals. So LeBron loses every single season Jordan's in his prime with a crew. But when Jordan took that little hiatus for those 2 years and Hakeem won back-to-back, I'll bet you LeBron gets at least one of those two. Or if Jordan, LeBron's longevity's been a lot better than Jordan's in terms of playing consistently year in and year out now for how many minutes of his career. Jordan was a great player in his late 30s briefly, but LeBron, no breaks, no 2-year absence, right from high school. So LeBron may have outlasted Jordan. Jordan goes away, LeBron can take over the league. But LeBron's only time to win championships is if Jordan isn't there with a crew. When he was, LeBron loses 100 times out of one.
But when LeBron didn't have a crew, he was successful. And with the crew, he was successful. So, Max...
Otherwise, he's a monster.
Jay, wake us up, please. Come on, Jay. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Give me 1 second. I just wrote something down.
Talk to me.
Stephen A. Smith, did you put LeBron James' name in the same category as Kyrie Irving and D. Wade? Did you just do that? I just want to make sure I'm hearing correctly. Did you put him in the same?
No, I was saying those are his. I was saying those are his teammates, like the teammates that he had.
Okay.
I was saying the teammates that he had going through an era like that. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I wasn't comparing him to them.
Okay.
Keep at this business.
Here's the thing.
Talking shit.
This is obviously a hypothetical conversation, but what team are you going to put LeBron James on? So because you can't say that LeBron James wouldn't be a different player. You also have to pay attention to the fact
Wake him up, Jay.
LeBron James, the way he is right now, is because LeBron James has watched Michael Jordan and has chosen to do it his own way. But if LeBron James had to play in a game that was way more physical, you don't think LeBron James could step up to that challenge?
Thank
you
you.
are talking about a player that is on the Mount Rushmore of basketball players, are
Yes.
we not? A guy who is 265 pounds, who is 6'9", who has a versatility way better than Magic Johnson, and can actually dominate due to his physicality. There would not be a player even.
Facts. So if Magic has success and he couldn't even shoot, you're telling me LeBron wouldn't? The fuck out of here. I'm sorry. Magic Johnson had the jump shot of a fucking second grader in the league, and he's the same height as LeBron. So what are you saying? What are we?
That era of basketball that can compare with LeBron James and his physicality. So the question is, who are you surrounding him with? If you surround him with some thoroughbreds, LeBron James could have competed with the Jordan era Bulls. What makes you think he couldn't?
Jay, can I
I'm confused here.
Competed,
Jay,
sure.
can I? No, Jay, I want to come back to you. I want to come back to you because when I talk about you to people, I remind people what a dog you were at Duke. Duke had great players, but you averaged 21 a game on a collegiate level. One season you shot 42% from three. Your last season you shot like 38% from three, averaging 21. We looked at Mike Krzyzewski, and Mike Krzyzewski was known as reeling dudes in. He couldn't do that with you necessarily any more than John Thompson could do that with Allen Iverson. You were just that kind of dogged dude. So it's not a critique of LeBron's overall abilities. We know what he would have done because he's so great. That's not what we're saying. We're talking about imagining the moments leading up to you before you got to this point. The times when he was hesitant to take game-winning shots. The times when he
But you didn't clarify that in your initial statement, though. Now we're speaking off. So this whole conversation is based off hypotheticals anyway. So why are you now going back saying we're talking about this and that when you didn't state that when you were talking about this and that? Come on, bro.
To go to the free throw line. The times when he was hesitant and dudes were trying to snatch his heart. Now they couldn't because he was so great. But that era, in terms of hardcore cats coming at you, there are guys who always get their numbers, Jay. But the moments that call upon you to summon your greatness and ascend yourself, I think he would have been hampered to some degree, in my opinion. Those moments.
All I'm saying is that what you're doing right there is unfair because what you're doing is comparing LeBron James' trajectory, him coming out of high school, him essentially spending those first couple years in Cleveland, going through those battles, him learning how to win with D. Wade and the Cavs organization. So you forget a big thing, Stephen A. Michael Jordan had a guy, and I hear what you're saying on the killer mentality, but Michael Jordan did have a guy named Dean Smith that helped him harness how to play the game and the right way to learn the game for 3 years before he came into the league. So that's all I'm saying.
So my final words on this, man. Here's where I stand with this conversation here. When LeBron came into the league at 18, right? Was he or was he not killing? Was he not averaging 25 and 5, right? I believe one of the 4 players to ever do it, along with Tyreek Evans, Michael Jordan, and I want to say, was it Oscar Robinson? I'm not sure. I could be wrong on that 4th person. But he adjusted to the era of today's game, which is smart, which is why he's so goddamn successful. So if you put him in an era of MJ in the 90s and in the early 80s, he would have adjusted to that era. He couldn't be, you know what I'm saying, flopping for calls and all that because it was a different era. But today's era is all about flopping and acting and putting on a good show and making the call look real when it's not. So if you just said LeBron would not fare well in that era, you are being truly biased to Michael Jordan because you think he's the greatest, or you just don't have basketball knowledge to understand that LeBron can play in any era in his body frame. You got to be out of your freaking mind to say that he wouldn't win rings in that era. He beat arguably the best team, 73-9 Golden State Warriors, came back down 3-1 and won an NBA championship in Cleveland. Cleveland's first NBA championship, mind you, and the first ring brought to the city, I think, in over 52 years. Their first championship in 52 years. And you're saying LeBron would not fare well in this era. Stephen A. Smith, I disagree. Max Kellerman, I highly disagree. Jay Williams, thank you for bringing light to the situation. That they're being highly disrespectful by saying LeBron will be able to compete and win rings in this damn era. Because I know for damn well he will. And Connor, while I'm talking about this, you can put LeBron highlights right now, him getting tackled and all that to the paint, and he has, you know what I'm saying, making all these and one baskets when people are literally grabbing him with all their might, and he's coming full speed, and he's still powering through them. So for you to say that he wouldn't fare well in the 80s and 90s is bullshit. I'm sorry. Man, this was fun. I like debating. I love debating. If you want more of these, comment below if you want more debates, because I like debating and reacting at the same time. This is actually what I love to do, talk sports, man. But it's Boomer Southside, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn the post notifications on. And until next time, man, yeah, that's freaking crazy. Like, people really be disrespecting LeBron, saying that he wouldn't compete in the era, or he wouldn't be great in that era. But he's great now. He developed a jump shot. He developed the outside game. He developed with the game as it is today. So he would have developed with the game as it was back then. I'm sorry. This is freaking crazy. People better put some goddamn respect on that nigga name, bro, before I start going. Don't get too worked up. It's just hypotheticals. There really will be no true answer. But if you know, you know. If you know, you know.